what's up, everybody? Welcome to The Stack. I am Alex.
I'm Justin.
I am Pete.
And today we have 3 Newsarama sneak reviews for you guys.
Yeah.
X-Men Divided We Stand #1, Titans #1, and Annihilation Conquest #6.
The final conquest.
The final conquest. It's the final conquest. We have go to pulpsecret.com. We have an MP3 of us singing the final conquest you can download.
Something.
But before we get into the titles, big news for you guys. As you all know, New York Comic Con is this weekend, and we are going to be all over that.
Everywhere.
First of all, with our friends at Newsarama, we are going to be in the Skybox all weekend, which is looking over the con floor, and we're going to be interviewing pretty much every single big guest at the con.
Wow.
Which is pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
We're also going to have daily updates for you guys.
I'm cooking at the Obon Pan across the street if you guys want to come
That's
in.
a big thing. In any case, there's going to be a
Cordon Bleu.
crop load of video that's coming out of the con for you guys, so definitely check that out. Also, we're going to be doing 6 live shows that you can check out.
At the con.
That's a lot
Mini
that we're
live
doing.
shows on the variant stage with also ridiculous guests. And we are going to be hosting a panel on women that kick ass.
Featuring Pete's love interest, Jenna Jameson.
Yeah. So anyway, we have all the info
He
is
hearts
up
her.
on pulpsecret.com, so definitely check that out. If you see us at the con, don't approach us because we don't like talking.
Yeah, don't approach us.
Well, no, we're also going to be roaming around the floor talking to people. So.
Roaming, hunting the floor.
Yeah, well, so if you see us, Pete's going to hunt you down and take a throat out. So look forward to that. All right, let's get into the books.
Yes, please.
X-Men Divided We Stand #1.
Wow.
A bunch of short stories from a bunch of different authors about what happens after the X-Men split up.
It was really just a great collection of crappy stories.
What was great about it then? Just the fact that it was collection.
It was like,
Sarcasm
hey,
was
it's like, hey,
Yeah.
let's. This story. Okay. Maybe this one will be good. No.
You're completely
Well, what's-
ridiculous.
Well, actually, I'm curious to hear. Period. Well, what
Thank you.
specifically
Thank you
did
for letting
like
me
about it?
talk, Alex.
Well, you know,
this is
doing
the
a little
thing.
shout out to the fans on YouTube.
I appreciate it. So, anyways, how it works is they're just dealing with the fact that the X-Men is broken up, and gosh, it's hard, and my feelings are hurt. The X-Men are going to get back together. You can't. The X-Men can't break up.
The characters don't know that, though. It's not like...
Yeah, I know, but it's just like
I'm gonna actually say
you
something
can't
here.
stop doing the X-Men.
I'm going to agree with Pete on
Well,
this. That I didn't have as big of a problem with this particular issue. I did enjoy some of the stories. I didn't.
I
like
thought
some
the
of
art
stories.
was amazing.
The art was great. Particularly, there's a story by Scotty Young who he wrote and did the art for,
Yep.
and it's really pretty awesome. I really enjoyed that one a lot. But I agree with you. The whole plotline, it never struck me as much as it did in this particular issue. That it's completely manufactured. The idea of the X-Men breaking up. That spoiler for Messiah Complex, which is a little while ago. Professor Xavier gets shot through the head. They lose a battle, and so Cyclops is like, "Well, the X-Men are done for. We're done."
Yeah, but you can't start telling stories like, don't worry, they're going to get back together. They have to tell stories that exist in the current continuity. You can't be like, wink,
I
wink.
100% agree with you, but at the same time, it brings into glaring focus what the problem with this particular storyline is. That if the X-Men, every time they have faced gigantic threats, they're not like, we're breaking up.
See, but
Now,
you're looking
let's
at it,
say
if you just read the individual stories, it takes the characters and deals with their actual present state. A lot of the new X-Men are featured, and they're really sad because they grew up in this school, and now they're on their own back out in the world that does not like them. Which I think... finally, Divided We Stand makes sense because you see that it's actually affecting them. As opposed to X-Force, where you're like, oh, cool, you broke up, now you're back on another team, you're out there fighting again.
Okay.
It's taking stock of the X-universe.
I agree with your point. It's a valid point. I just think it's a lame idea. I
believe you guys.
Wow, the double
what
flip
did
off.
you
Double
like
cross.
about it?
I did like Victor's story. I thought that was well done. I thought he had a good point of it's not really just the fact that the X-Men are breaking up. It's also stuff that I've had to deal with and the fact.
We're gonna move on and talk about Titans #1 from Judd Winnick. You guys, I want to say, made very good arguments. Last week I was like, what's your problem with Judd Winnick? And you were like, well, here's our problem with Judd Winnick.
Yeah.
I went through it totally reasonably, and I really appreciate you guys doing that a lot. Kind of disagree with you, but I think you all made some valid points. However, I do think this particular issue follows up on people's negative points about Judd Winnick.
Meaning it's bad.
Right.
And it's written by Judd Winnick.
Right.
Nice little package you wrap that in, but I agree. This is not a very good book, and it's written by Judd Winnick. And it showcases the bad side. When he has to pull in a lot of details and try to tell a story, he gets lost in it, I think. With Trials of Shazam, he had a long arc with one thing happening. And this, it's like all over the place.
Here's my biggest problem actually with this issue. My biggest problem with this issue is you have all of the characters of the Titans, and you get sort of like little focuses on each of them. With the exception of Raven, everybody is either nude or talking about taking a shower or just getting out of bed.
Oh, well, it's been a dirty year for the Titans.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, it was definitely really weird like that.
Clearly, Judd Winick wrote this right before he's like, oh, I got to take a shower and go to bed and then have sex with my wife.
Yeah, no, and he hasn't in a long time. I've been emailing with his wife. So that's why.
Right, that's
he's been
creepy.
having
Anyways, back to the
She
comic.
talks to me.
The problem I had with it was just like, hey, here's downtime with the superheroes, and then cut out, like, all of a sudden they were going to get in a big brawl, and we never got to see any of that. They completely,
I think that's teasing you for the next issue.
Well, I just think it was a bad choice. You know, it's like, I don't want to see...
I do agree with you. I think there are a couple of just bad choices for this first issue. That being said, it felt like he was trying to get around the we're taking 6 issues to bring the team back together sort of thing. Let's just get it done in one issue. So I'm kind of curious to see what he'll do.
And you love the Titans, so...
I do totally love the Titans.
I've never really been on board with the Titans, but... and I was unhappy with this issue.
Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah.
So much. All right, let's move on. Give you another Newsarama sneak review of Annihilation Conquest number 6. This is the cosmic conclusion that you've all been waiting for. What'd you guys think about this?
Space-tastic. Wow, what a crappy ending. I had no idea what was going on for most of it, and then it was like, it was completely lost. I love Space Knight, though. That was pretty funny.
Rom the Space Knight?
Yeah. Space Knight.
Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for the cosmic stuff sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
This was not quite as strong as the first Annihilation mini, I think, in sum total. There were just some really ridiculously cool moments in the first one.
Yeah.
This one, solid, didn't pan out as well, I think.
And I like some of the characters. I've always liked the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's all new takes on these characters, and I feel like they started at the beginning of Annihilation, they were like, here's a bunch of new characters, get on board or don't. And then if you didn't, you're like, I like the old ones. Where am I in this? And it's kind of a messy, it's all over the place once again. Like, it's an epic where it's like, there are spaceships flying and here, like, why can't we just deal with a couple main characters and have them move through a story?
They tried to do it. I think they did way more successfully again with the first Annihilation mini. I don't think this one is bad by any means. You know, it's totally fine, and if you picked up the first 5 issues, this isn't like, drop it, don't pick up the 6th. But
a lot of force fields in this book.
Yeah, a lot of force fields.
I was like,
force fields are up, they're
talking
down.
about things you're sucker for. There's a little bit of a spoiler for Nova number 12, but Warlock. Oh man, Warlock's back.
Yeah,
Douchebag.
You love him. You're talking about the techno-organic Warlock.
Yes, I'm talking about
not
Warlock
Adam
of the
Warlock.
Technarchy, not Adam Warlock.
Well, that's a very valid thing, because I'm a huge Adam Warlock
fan. There's a little
fan.
bit of a shout-out in the issue about that, and I don't want to spoil anything. After the break, we are going to
That's how he talks off-camera all the time. It's a weird...
Did I do my off-camera voice?
Yeah, you did your off-camera voice.
All right, after the break, we're going to have a speed round and a viewer mail, so stay tuned.
All right.
So all I'm saying is, oh wait, are we back on? Hey everybody, welcome back to the show.
Nerd. You're a cartoon nerd.
Yeah, I am a nerd.
You have glasses there, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not just a mime when you have glasses. Both of you.
Usually I try to do this so it doesn't look like I'm doing that.
I think the point gets across.
Yes, I would love to kick off the speed round. Hey, Batman Death Mask. A little manga action with the Batman, black and white, which I enjoyed. I didn't really like to see Batman manga styles. It was weird. It focused a lot on his crotch and bikini bottoms, which I was a little disturbed by.
He wears bikini bottoms?
And it was just like, the way they
swimming.
typically draw every girl in manga comics, which was just kind of like...
Awesome.
Yeah,
No,
radical.
it was-
BPRD 1946 number 4. I love this series. I've been a little sick of Hellboy lately, and this brings it back in. I love the tone that Mignola suggests. It's awesome. Pick it up.
Cool. Aqua Leung. We actually reviewed this
Yeah,
months
we
ago
did.
on the show. Hold on. I don't think this is a problem for me to bring back because we loved it and it finally came out. So I just wanted to remind you guys, it is a gorgeous, wonderfully put together, brilliantly realized book. If you don't pick up anything else this week, go pick up.
You talk about it like it's your girlfriend.
It's
Sometimes
gorgeous.
Beautiful,
and
wonderfully
I love it.
realized. He keeps his scraps in his pocket.
You know what? Nothing's happened yet, but I'm hopeful that
Yeah,
soon.
we'll see.
okay.
Kiss, kiss.
All right, Young
Thank
Liars number 2. Wow, this was a curveball. I kind of I thought I had to feel after the first issue. This one was completely off the charts, really creepy, all about suicide and crazy stuff. So if you're messed up, check out this comic.
Avengers Fairy Tales #2. I like this series. These guys are down on it, but I like bringing the characters into a mythological universe.
Fairy tale universe.
Well, whatever. It's all myth.
All right, you're gonna get flavor for that. Okay, let's move
Willingham
on with a
doesn't-
viewer mail. Gary, because myths are not fairy tales; they're two entirely different things.
What? How different can
Are
they
you
be?
being Woody
Okay.
Allen? What is going on? I was like,
Actually, I think I'm being comic book guy. from
You're being the
Simpsons.
comic book guy from The Simpsons, which I think is a dangerous parody to walk into.
Okay, Gary writes into tips@pulpsecret.com. I am trying to open a comic book shop in the city of Durham, in northeast England, as the nearest one is Forbidden Planet, over 13 miles away in Newcastle upon Tyne.
They still travel by horse. In between
All right,
towns.
all right. Let's not get immediately racist towards English people.
not racist.
Anyway, I was wondering if you had any advice for what books you think I should stock to, what I should do, and should I offer any discounts? What do you guys think? I mean, I think the interesting thing about this is, what are the best things you would like to see in a new comic book shop?
Regular people dream of opening bars. We dream of opening
Yeah.
comic books.
I would say the first thing is, yes, definitely a discount. You want to reward people for going to your store. Definitely do something where you give them a number or something where they can accumulate, and if they spend a certain amount, you reward them by coming to your shop. I definitely think that's important.
The big thing for me with a comic book store is the organization. Like, you need to be able to find the new books quickly and in one place without having to go through all the month. If you organize it by month, people are going to get lost.
Here's my big tip: dust and vacuum frequently. Totally seriously, the amount of comic book stores I go into that are like dirty little dirt holes, it's ridiculous. Just clean it up, get some windows in there, make it seem like a real store in a real place. People will love it and actually want to come back.
Alex went to,
wanting to go there
Alex went
to
to a lot of
die.
South American comic book stores and traveled through.
All right, we have a lot of people to watch from South America, so let's not be racist to the.
That's not-
Well, you're saying that instantly all South American comic book
I'm
stores
talking
are
like
bad?
Mountaintop. Oh my god, I can't handle nerd. You're a ponytail away from being the comic book guy for The Simpsons.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right, what do you guys think are the most important things in setting up a new comic book shop? You can let us know, or if you have a question, call us at 888-841-7549 or write it to tips@pulpsecret.com. You can comment here right below the video. Also, we are running a Draw Your Own Superhero contest on pulpsecret.com. So you can get the details there, and you could win this black and white Batman statue.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
All right, we'll see you guys next
I really
time.
want to steal it away from you.
Scary.
Enter the contest.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Not allowed. Definitely not allowed.
Damn it.
At the tone, leave a message. We'll get back to you. I think Gambit needs a little revamp. He was in Messiah Complex, but I'd like to have him more in the forefront and find out what's really going on with him.
Brian Bendis has kind of got a new Firestar thing going on in Ultimate Spider-Man, but I'd really like to see the original Firestar come back in the regular Marvel Universe.
I think DC should revamp and bring back Impulse. They turned the guy into the Flash, and then they killed him off because the writers were crappy.